My name's Dylan. I'm 28 years old. I've been homeless in the car for 5 years. This is my story. Well, you see, I worked on construction sites with the cranes. Just at the beginning, before this homeless reign started, and obviously things didn't work out back in the family houses. No space under each other's feet, so on, so on. So we ended up going living in my car. But while I was living in the car, I was trying to obviously stay with the 10-hour shifts a day for the full week, getting by, you know. I found out fairly quick that even though you're on a good wage, when you live day to day in your car, you find that goes very, very quickly.
So you would sleep in your car at
Yeah.
night after working all day?
Yeah, so when I'd go to work, I'd do a full day shift. When I'd finish work, I'd literally come home from work, go straight to the gym to get a shower, do a little bit, small bit in the gym, but more so just to get the shower in. I'd finish up there, then I'd go get a bite to eat. Then I'd kind of start thinking about if I needed washing done. If I needed washing done, I'd go down to the self-service machines, you know, and wash them, dry them. You'd have to sit down there for a little while, you know what I mean, wait for the whole process to finish. But it was fairly, you wanted to kind of settle down as early as you could in the evening time, because you knew there was a long day ahead of you with work the following day. So you'd be rushing constantly from the time you left work to go get the gym, shower, and food. And then obviously on the days that I needed to do washing, that'd be a bit extra then or whatever day that might have been. So you'd find yourself then constantly trying to get back down to where you parked the car. So
Tell us about that. Where would you park the car?
many different places. Like you try spread it out, because you didn't want to. I felt like I didn't want to be in the one place, especially locally. You didn't want obviously anybody seeing you, and especially being around these type places, a lot of people walk their dogs, you know, cycling, so on, so on. So somebody would be bound to see you at some stage if you are there consistently every day of the week. So you try and move around, you know, to avoid seeing or bumping into anyone that you know. But it got to a stage then where I felt a bit more comfortable down around Sandymount, down by the beach, because what you'd have all the trucks pulling up ready to either go into the container yard the next morning to drop off or to collect. So them ruddies would be there right through the night. So you kind of feel that bit more safer with the car close to them, you know, God forbid that happened. I mean,
So would you have anything up against the window, or would you just recline the seat and go
no,
to sleep?
yeah, just recline the seat. Just recline the seat. You see, I was in a car crash back in 2018, and that put me off the road, and I worked for 3 years. And when it came around to 2021,
Were you homeless in that time?
yeah, I was homeless.
So you had 3 years with no work?
Right back from the start of 2018. You see, I lost my mother in 2017. I lost her a month after having the first baby, and then kind of went down a bit of a side road, because I was left resuscitating my ma, a bowel rupture in the process. So that kind of hit me a little bit hard, kind of went off sidetracked, kind of abusing coke while smoking grass, and I wouldn't even be drinking alcohol, you know. This was it was an ongoing thing, and because the auntie's house that I stayed in, she was an addict to tablets and stuff herself, so she literally spent most of her time kind of away with it, you know. So I kind of had the free reign of the house to kind of do what I wanted, so I didn't have anyone telling me what to do or keeping an eye on me. So I ended up going down that road of literally taking it every day, smoking every day, till one day the three main arteries in my heart had spasms. Then gave everything up after that, and it was kind of just a short while after that then things got a bit hairy with both family houses and so on. That's when I started going into the car, living in car. Then sometimes be rarity that you'd stay on a friend's couch, obviously, because you know, although they're telling you, oh yeah, you're grand, you can stay as long as you want, you still know when you're standing there, you can still feel the tension that is like the elephant in the room almost, you know. It's there, but it's never spoken. Which you can understand as well, like, you know, everyone needs their own space.
Sure.
So, when those who you're not that close to, you kind of you're limited to very small time, like, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like it puts tremendous pressure on you, and I found it worse couch surfing than sleeping in the car.
Right.
In the car, you're not bothering anyone. You're not under anyone's feet. From the time of the start of 2018, I then late 2017, I found out that I was going to have another second child coming into 2018, and the girls are 5 and 6 now. They literally the manners on them is outrageous, you know. They're so funny and laid back. You wouldn't, coming from a block of flats that they come from, you think they'd be a bit more wild, you know. But I mean, when you're speaking to them, it's like speaking to that's soft, like, you know what I mean. But the thing of not having that daily routine on a weekly basis with them, from living day to day in the car.
Were you not able to see them?
Well, yeah, I was, but it was a struggle because their mother obviously wanted me keeping them overnight. We was trying to explain that although we had my auntie's house, there was constantly arguing, there was constantly this, there was that. See, we fought a lot of the time, so I didn't see the kids for an awful long time. You know, if you added it up in total, they're 5 and 6 now, but I'd say in total I would have seen them for about 3 years of each of their lives, you know what I mean, because of the arguments back and forth. The time of my mother passing with the resuscitating and the bowel rupturing, it was only the couple of months later when I ended up in hospital myself and kind of got that was kind of my snap point. That was like, get your shit together. That frightened the life out of me, going through having to resuscitate your ma and then a bowel rupture in your mouth. But I appreciated life so much more after I came out of the hospital for my own issue. That was the turning point in my life. So when it came down to the likes of mental health, and I've had so many lonely nights, I've had so many nights where you'd shed more than tears. The pressures of not having the likes of a toilet, fridge, the normal necessities that anyone would have in their normal family house, you're cut from everything.
Yes.
You're literally cut from everything. So the likes of wanting a cup of tea or a bit of toast, something basic, bit of cereal, you know.
Sure.
It's so difficult to be able to, let's say, keep a box of cereal in your car with a 2 litre of milk and a bowl.
Yeah.
You know, it's you just rather get up in the morning and pay for a sandwich, you know.
Did you ever get to this state of being suicidal, feeling that way just because of having no base?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, Jesus, yeah, of course. I mean, it does cross your mind, but never crossed my mind to the borderline of actually follow through. Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's many times where you say to yourself, Jesus, I wish I wasn't here, or Jesus, I wish I didn't go through this, or so on. But when it actually came to a point of thinking about it seriously, no, not after. Because of the way I seen my man go out, that gave me a different kind of strength after. It was only after I experienced what I went through in hospital. Because I was blinded by everything, in the sense that it was constantly an everyday thing for me, you know, sniffing, smoking, no alcohol on a daily, to then that happening. That just changed everything. So when I would go through the nights of where you'd feel lonely, you'd feel on your own, you feel you had nobody, you couldn't go to a friend's house, you couldn't go to a sister's house, you couldn't go here, there, wherever. I brought myself back to the time of that night of losing my man. That was the key for me to keep going.
Motivation.
Yeah, that was the only thing that kept me going through everything, was the fact that I literally watched the life triumph.
Okay. And you've actually got a flat now that's yours.
Yeah, and you know what, believe it or not,
Forever on.
It was only when I got in touch with Jim O'Callaghan it was only when I got in touch with Jim O'Callaghan and had a meeting with Jim I think the end of last summer, start September, he put me in touch with Peter McFerry, which liaised on my behalf with Dublin City Council. And
so what's your advice to people that are homeless in getting a place? Like you went through all of the motions.
Yeah.
You got to put the footwork in, isn't it, for one?
You have to, yeah. But you see, what was another strong thing for me was that I was fighting access for the kids in court. So that had a big part to play.
Okay.
Getting access, getting orders in place for court.
Mm-hmm.
I find even from my experience, although my experience was not getting along with the mother, even when you do get along with the father and the mother, wherever side you're on, it's a lot less complicated for a single dad to get his own house when the mother walks with him. Yeah, so me being homeless, having court orders to take the kids or, stuff like that, helped me a lot. Like it was a lot less complicated.
Okay. And tell us, how you feel now having your place? What does that mean to you?
Jesus, I never thought I'd enjoy a set of floors going down. I didn't think I'd ever get excited about that. I mean, whatever about a football result when you're watching on the weekend, but
Yeah.
when you see a bit of flooring going down on top of a bare floor,
Yes.
you'll be amazed at how happy and excited you get after you see it all done.
Are you happy with the flat you got?
Amazing.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
Well, listen, wonderful, man. Thank you so much, Dylan, for telling us, your experience.
Yeah, when I look back at all those years, like of the likes of that sleeping in the car and stuff, my God, I just this always felt like it was never gonna happen. It was such a long road. It really was.
Well, I'm glad you got sorted, bro. You deserve it. You're a good bloke. You deserve a good
Thanks
start.
very much. It was lovely. That was a pleasure. That wasn't it?